What is going on, guys? Preston here from Preston Logan Vlog Gaming. Welcome back to our video. So I want to come on here and talk about like software support, how good they are. So Motorola, they don't really have very good software support. Like when it comes to like updating their phones, which I don't know why they're like that, but they are. Google, when it comes to updating their phones, they're always the first one to get the first Android version, usually. Samsung is always good updating their phones, are rolling updates out and usually and stuff. Apple, of course, they're always good updating their phones like usual. Apple is. So yeah. Uh, this is a really hard decision on like what I want for my next phone. For my next higher end phone that I want. This is a tough decision of what operating system that I want. It's hard because I like stuff that Apple does, and I like stuff that Android does, and all that. I like stuff that both operating systems do that I like. Like, I like Android because they have picture in mode when you watch videos, you can multitask, you can customize your phone. There's certain video features I like 8K video, um, dual capture, and Google Photos and the Samsung Gallery, or all that, or Magic Eraser and all that.
Sorry, I can only show photos on devices using Chromecast or on cast-enabled TVs.
Google must have. Sorry about that. Google must have thought I was talking to it, but I wasn't. Anyway, Apple, I like their iMessage games that they have on there. I like their Apple Photos. I like their FaceTime feature when you can FaceTime people. I like that. I like uh the new dynamic island thing that the iPhone 15 and 16 have. I like that a lot. The dynamic island that they have on the regular 15 and 16. I like that on the Apple. I like that iPhones take very good photos too. Samsung takes pretty good photos too. So does Google too. Motorola, their pictures, and not so much. Motorola is not really known for their good camera quality. Cause look at this. If you can see, hold on, let me show you on this Motorola phone. This is a G series. This is a G series Motorola phone, so it's a budget phone, but it's a Motorola G series phone. Look at the camera quality on this phone. Look at this. Like, look how awful that this looks. Hold on, let's turn the camera around. Like, look how grainy and awful that this looks on this camera. Like, look how grainy and awful this looks on this camera. It looks terrible. It looks terrible for the Motorola G series. But remind you, this G series Motorola phone is from 6 years ago, and the Motorola G series since then has really improved a lot since then, and their cameras are a little bit better than what they used to be. But yet, I haven't had a Motorola phone for quite some time now to know if the camera's good or not. So I don't know. I'm guessing it's good. I'm guessing, but I have to find it out if I get a Motorola phone. But I don't know. I know Samsung has good cameras based on the Galaxy J series phone I used for about 2 years. That camera was absolutely terrible on it. I remember when I used to own the Galaxy S7 when I had it. That camera was really good. It had 4K video on it. My Galaxy A32, the cameras they're okay. They were not the greatest. The A15 5G for Samsung, I don't really use the camera on that phone because it looked terrible. Like the pictures on this phone, uh, they're okay, not the best at all because they're budget cameras and they suck. Budget cameras are straight crap, so I'm not looking forward to buying another Galaxy A series phone because I just don't want to. The only reason why Motorola G series phones on my list is because they're like more like higher end ones. I mean, I would put the Motorola Razrs on my phone on my list, but I would have to look more into the Razr phones. I'd have to look more into them because they have them on Motorola's website on here. They have the Razr Ultra 25, and they have the regular Razr 25 on here, and they have the Razr Plus on here. Now let me look at the regular Razr's camera to see what it is. Not for sure what the camera quality on it is. Well, this says you can pre-order it, which I'm not gonna do that. I'm just curious what it looks like. Just curious what it looks like, just to see. Let me look at the specs on it, just to see like what it entails. I already got tech specs. Okay. So internal storage has 256 gigabytes. Memory of RAM has 8 gigabytes. Processor is a MediaTek Dimensity 7400. Operating system has Android 15. Battery 4,500 mAh battery. Charging 30-watt turbo power charging. A main display size 6.9-inch POLED display. The front camera is 32 front camera. The video capture is 4K UHD 30 FPS, which that's not really the best for 4K video really at all for that. Yeah, that's not really the best. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna buy the Motorola Razr 25. I mean, it's $700 to get that phone, but I don't really want it, honestly. I don't really care. Well, the Razr for the Motorola Razrs, they're pretty much like the Galaxy Z flip phones. I don't really want a flip or foldable phone just because I just don't care for them. The Galaxy Z Flip is pretty decent, but I don't really want it. The Motorola G Stylus 25. Let's see what it entails. This is off Motorola's website. G56 gigabytes of internal storage, up to 1 turbo micro SD, 8 gigabytes of RAM, Android 15 operating system, 5,000 mAh battery, 68-watt turbo power charging, 15-watt wireless charging, 6.7-inch POLED display. Front camera is 32 megapixels. Front camera for video capture is 4K at 30 FPS and Full HD at 60/30 FPS. That doesn't seem like a good thing for videos. For that at all for videos. The Motorola G Power 25 it only records in 1080p at 30 FPS. That's even worse. That's even worse. I mean, I kind of care about video quality a little bit just because. A little bit. I care about camera quality just a little bit just because I just care about camera quality. Well, let's look at the Samsungs to see what they entail. I'm going to go on their website, see what they entail. Well, let's look at the regular S25. Yes, guys. For these Samsung S series phones, I don't need a Galaxy S Ultra. I don't need a Galaxy S Plus or none of that. I don't need any of that for a Samsung phone. I don't need any of that. I'm fine with the regular models. I mean, the Ultra phones for Samsung, they have 200 megapixel cameras. Like those that's pretty good for a camera. 200 megapixels. That's a better megapixel camera than an iPhone has. Like the iPhone Pro Max, that's a better megapixel camera than an iPhone Pro Max has. Let's see real quick what the iPhone 16 Pro Max has as a the camera features it has. Let's look at that real quick. Actually, I gotta go and compare iPhone and stuff real quick. Okay, here we go. I gotta find the camera it has on it. Let's see. It has a 48 megapixel fusions, 48 megapixel ultra wide and telephoto, super high resolution photos at 24 megapixels and 48 megapixels. Uh, has a 48 megapixel macro photography, Dolby Vision up to 4K and F at 120 FPS, spatial photos and videos, Apple Intelligence. Uh, it has the Dynamic Island, so it can only records up to 4K video up to 120 FPS. That's pretty good for a Pro Max phone. The regular iPhone 16 for video records, uh, it uh it has a 48 megapixel fusion, 12 megapixel ultra wide, super high resolution photos, 24 megapixel and 48 megapixel. Next generation portraits of focus and depth control, macro photography, Dolby Vision out to 4K and 60 FPS. So the iPhone 16 only records 4K video at 60 FPS, which they've had 4K video at 60 FPS since the iPhone 8 came out, like 8 years ago in 2017. There's that. Let's look at the Galaxy S25, the regular S25. Let's see what the specifications are on it. I gotta go to the spec sheet though. Here we go. Let's see. Look at the camera. It's the camera resolution. Front camera is 12 megapixels. Camera resolution in the rear, 50 megapixels, 10 megapixels, and 12 megapixels. Video recording resolution, 8K video at 30 FPS. It has autofocus, slow motion at 240 FPS, and full HD at 120 FPS, and at full HD 20 FPS and UHD. So, well, when I was looking on GSM Arena, it showed that it also records in 4K video too. So it records in both 8K and 4K. That's what it shows on. Let's look at. That's what it shows on Samsung's website. I mean, the Ultra. I mean, I like it. I just don't want to spend the money on an Ultra phone. I'm sorry, I just can't. I like the Ultra. I just don't want to spend money on it. What's the specs on this Ultra phone? I'm curious. Where's the specs on the Ultra phone? I'm trying to find it. Did I pass it? Oh yeah, I did pass it. Let's see. It doesn't really show. Well, that shows the video. Where's the camera at? Oh, it's all the way up here. Here we go. Camera resolution in the front, 12 megapixels. Camera resolution in the rear, 200 megapixels, 50 megapixels, 50 megapixels, 10 megapixels. Video recording resolution for 8K at 30 FPS, slow motion 240 FPS, at full HD 20 FPS, at full HD 20 FPS. So the Ultra, that's why the Ultra has a 200 megapixel camera, pretty much what it has. I mean, that's pretty good for a phone, but I don't want to spend money on the Ultra phone though. I don't see a need to. I'm fine with the regular Galaxy S25. I'm already fine with that one. I mean, I'm also fine with the regular Galaxy S24 and S24 FE. I'm fine with those three phones. Excuse me. Now, let's look at the Google phones. I mean, oh yeah. The one thing I like about Google is, well, they're like the first people to get the updates and all that. But Google phones, they only record in 4K video only, which I'm kind of disappointed in. But it's Google and it's not Samsung, but Samsung is more advanced than Google is when it comes to things. But I don't. It's okay though. I'm fine. I don't really care about like. I mean, I do care if my phone has 4K video on it. I kind of do care because I want to be able to have good videos, good camera quality, decent enough to run stuff, and not be so laggy and slow and crappy like these budget phones that I've owned. I've owned these budget phones that are crap. Like this is a budget phone, but it actually ran very well. This has a Snapdragon 632 processor on it, and look, look, it's like fast and responsive. Like it doesn't like lag or nothing. It doesn't lag or nothing. It doesn't really lag. This one roll for doesn't really lag at all. It doesn't. It's 6 years old and it still runs pretty well, but it's not really the greatest phone anymore like it used to be. It kind of sucks now. My Galaxy A54 I didn't have problems with it. Like I'll watch a video, it'll pause randomly, or it'll like do some weird like little glitching thing in or something or whatever. I just start acting weird or whatever sometimes, and or whatever. I'm surprised I haven't had to restart my phone. My past budget phones, I've had to literally restart them because of how terrible they were. That's why you don't buy budget phones. But I haven't. I don't have a job, so I don't really have money to buy flagship phones or higher end phones. But with graduation money, I'm gonna be buying a higher end phone with graduation money, and want to get a job and stuff. I'll probably stick to higher end phones probably to use instead of buying cheap budget phones that don't last that long, which is disappointing that they don't last that long. So I'm not gonna buy budget phones ever again. Once I get this new phone I'm getting between Apple and Android, I'm not going back to budget phones ever again. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, the higher end phones, they might be expensive, but they're well worth the money that you pay for them though. They're well worth the money you pay for them though, because for one, they last longer. Two, they're fast and snappy. Three, software updates are pretty good on them and everything. So yeah, let's look at these Google phones now. I mean, the Google Pixel 9 Pro is tempting, but I don't really need it. I mean, it's $800, but I don't know. It looks tempting to buy though. You can get up to 1 terabyte for $1,250, but I don't really need a terabyte of storage. I mean, I might, but I don't really need that. I'm probably just gonna go with the base model, but I'm curious like what it entails. I'm gonna compare these Pixel phones. There we go. I'm gonna compare them. I don't want to compare the Pixel 9 Pro 4. I want that phone. Let's compare the Pixel 9a, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9. So the Pixel 9a has a 6.3-inch screen display, has a 1080p screen resolution, POLED display. It has a 5,100 mAh battery, fast charging, wireless charging, IP68 dust water resistant, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 120 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes of internal storage. Google Tensor G4 chip. Camera has a dual real camera system, 48 megapixel wide camera, 13 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 40 megapixel quad dual pixel OS. That's what that has. Then it has 4K video at 60 FPS. Then doesn't really show anything else. It also has stereo speakers and Magic Eraser. It has Android 15. The Pixel 9 Pro. It has a 6.3-inch screen, a 1280p screen resolution with LTPO OLED display, 4,700 mAh battery, fast charging, wireless charging, IP68 dust water resistant, 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's a lot. 120 gigabytes of storage. Here's the storage options: 128, 256, 512, 1 terabyte. Those are the storage options for the Pixel 9 Pro. Then it has a Google Tensor G4 chip. Then for the Pro triple rear camera system, 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel telephoto lens, 50 megapixel octa PD wide. I don't know what PD stands for, but whatever. It has all this showing all the camera specs at the bottom. Then it has all the other features and stuff. Excuse me. Has those camera features. Now the regular Pixel 9 has a 6.3-inch screen size, 1080p screen resolution, OLED display, 4,700 mAh battery, fast charging, fast wireless charging, 12 gigabytes of RAM. Storage options are 128 and 256. Chip processor, Google Tensor G4 processor, advanced dual rear camera system, 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel ultra wide, and that's what it has for the camera. The rear camera. Oh, this says the Pixel 9 Pro, can record an 8K video at 30 FPS, powered by Video Boost. It can also record a 4K video at 60 FPS. So the Pixel 9 Pro has 8K video on it. That's nice to know. The regular Pixel 9 only has 4K video at 60 FPS. And it has dual exposure in the wide camera. The Pixel 9 Pro has a dual exposure in the wide camera. Oh, okay. What does the Pixel 9 Pro XL have on it then? Curious now. You know it costs more. The Pixel 9 Pro XL is $900. How much it costs? It has a 6.8-inch screen display or screen size, and it has a 1340p screen resolution, LTPO OLED display, a 5,060 mAh battery, fast wireless charging, IP68 dust water, 16 gigabytes of RAM, storage options, 128, 256, 5 to 1 terabyte. Google Tensor G4. It has a Pro triple rear. I was looking at the. So it has a 440 megapixel ultra wide camera, autofocus, 40 megapixel quad telephoto camera, rear camera, 8K video at 30 FPS powered by Video Boost, 4K video at 60 FPS, front camera, 42 megapixel selfie camera with autofocus. Then it has all these other things on here. So the Pixel 9 Pros record an 8K video. The Pixel 9 and 9a only record at 4K video. That's interesting. All the Samsung's looking at, they all record in 8K video. All they're looking at. But that means a nice 200 megapixel camera for that Samsung phone. Oh man, I probably can't pass that up. Well, this says, excuse me. This says that the Galaxy S25 Plus is $850, but that's also plus sales tax too. That's plus sales tax. You know, I wouldn't mind the Galaxy S25 Plus either. What am I wanting S25 Plus? How much the iPhone 16 Plus? I'm curious. You know, the 16e, it looks kind of like cheap, kind of. Oh, this is $800. That's a 6.7 inch screen, an A18 chip, 48 megapixel fusion, 12 megapixel ultra wide, super high resolution photos at 24 megapixels, 48 megapixels. It only records at 4K at 60 FPS. So either way, with all the if you get in these iPhone 16s, you're pretty much only going to be record at 4K video. But the iPhone 16 Pros, you can record at 4K at 120 FPS for the 16 Pros though. If you get those phones, if you get the 16 Pros. The 16 Pro Max is $1,200. I'm like, that's okay. That's expensive, but why would you want a phone that expensive though? 1 terabyte for the 16 Pro Max, it is $1,600 for that, and then for the base storage is 256. That is $1,200. How much that costs? Now for the regular 16 Pro, your storage options are 128, 256, 512, 1 terabyte. The regular one is only 1,000. That's not too bad. But yet again, I don't really need a Pro at all, really. I don't need a Pro. I mean, well, what's funny is the Pixel 9 Pro is cheaper. It's cheaper than the iPhone 16 Pro. Because this it's only $800 than the Pixel 9 Pro is. And the Galaxy S25 Plus is only $850. They're cheaper than the iPhone 16 Pros. The Samsung and the Google Pixel is. Well, Apple has the regular 16, the 16 Plus, the 16 Pro or 16 Pro Max, and they just came out with the 16. So Apple has 5 iPhones they came out with. Google has the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, the Pixel 9 Pro, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, the Pixel 9, the Pixel 9a. The Pixel has 9 phones that they came out with all different price ranges. Samsung has the S2025, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra they came out with. And when I added the regular 16 model to my cart, it said that, hold on, let me review this cart. It said that the iPhone 16 in black, with connecting any carrier later with your new iPhone, it said that it is gonna be $130. Now my phone carrier for the iPhone 16 regular is $855 is how much it'll cost. That's how much it'll cost the regular iPhone 16. Now the Galaxy S25 Plus will cost $850. The regular Galaxy S25 on here with just a base model 120 gigabyte storage, it'll cost $720, which that's pretty good. The Galaxy S25 Ultra will cost, let's see, $1,070, which the Galaxy S25 Ultra is cheaper than the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and the Pixel 9 Pro XL is $900, and it's cheaper than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So all the Androids that I'm looking at, like all the Android phones that are flagships, they're all cheaper than the iPhones. Pretty much was what they're telling me here. The Samsung's cheaper. The Google Pixel is cheaper than the iPhone. The Motorola is cheaper than the iPhone too. But people still buy the iPhone because it's popular in the US. People still buy iPhones. Some people like iPhones. Some people don't hate iPhones. Majority of the people I see around here, they either have an iPhone or they have a Samsung. In my generation, everyone has iPhones. Everybody has an iPhone in my generation. They all have iPhones. They want nothing to do with Android. For some reason, I don't know why, but they want nothing to do with Android at all. I don't know why, they just don't. My generation, he doesn't like Android. Me, on the other hand, I like Android. I like Android and Apple both. I like both operating systems. I like Android and Apple both. I like how they run. I've been so used to Android and Apple at the same time. But I mainly have used Android mainly. I haven't really used iPhone. I've only used one iPhone. I haven't really used iPhone that much to really know if I really like it or not. I know that I really like Android. I know because I've used it for like the longest time, because of the shitty ass budget phones I have had to freaking use. This freaking shitty budget ones I've had to use for Android phones that are absolutely shit. That I had to use. They were shit phones I had to use. They were shit. I hated them. I hate using budget Android phones now because they're horrible. I hate them now. And plus, when I get money and stuff, I'm not buying cheap Android phones anymore because I'm not going to. Because I don't want to buy cheap Android phones because they suck. But I don't know. Going to Apple, I don't know why. I just thought about this just now. But someone's telling me that going to Apple would change my life forever. I don't know why I just thought about that, but I just thought about it. I would change my life forever. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm not saying it's going to. It's just going to change my life forever. I'm not saying it's going to. I mean, people I see all the time. They talk about Apple. Why on YouTube? Everyone likes Apple pretty much. Well, not everybody. There's some people that I watch on YouTube that they're big fans of Android a whole bunch. People on YouTube. I know I Justine is a big Apple fan girl. I know she's a big Apple fan. Zolotech is a big fan of Apple. Zonotech likes Apple. Uh, couple others that like Apple. I know that are big fans of Apple. Oh, this guy named Brandon Butch is a big Apple fan. Then this guy named Daniel Ramiro is a big Apple fan because I've seen some of his videos. Those are some big Apple fans that I know that I've watched on top of my head that are big Apple fanatics that I've watched. I haven't really watched very many people who like Android Android a bunch because I don't really see much about Android on YouTube really. I mean, I do a little bit, but it's just not as popular as Apple is, because Apple is really popular around everywhere. I guess people just like Apple because the thing is, they just think that it's easy to use. I guess it's easy to use. I guess if that if you want to say that, they just think it's easy to use. I mean, Android is also easy to use too. It just depends on the person using it. Probably is what it depends on. I mean, here's some things I'm gonna miss about if I go to iPhone. If I go to from Android to iPhone, I'm gonna miss this like the button navigation. Hold on, the button navigation. Hold on. I'm gonna miss the button navigation down here. I'm gonna miss the button navigation down here. I'm gonna miss the swipe up and down for notification. Then on here, I'm gonna miss the Google News feed. I'm probably gonna miss uh the messaging app probably. Uh, Probably gonna miss Samsung Gal Photos or Google Photos on Android. Probably gonna miss that if I go to Apple. Probably gonna miss some other things if I go to Apple. Probably, I don't know. Probably miss a whole bunch of things. But let me go grab the iPhone 7 real quick because I want to talk a little bit about Apple a little bit comparing to that. Hold on a minute. 1 second. I gotta find the phone. I'll probably have to charge the phone probably too because it's gonna probably be dead. Oh yeah, guys. Also, this is the Motorola G Power 2021. By the way, gotta find a charger I can charge this iPhone with. Yeah, I don't think I have a long enough charger. I don't think to charge it with. I don't think. Yeah, this will have to do. This not to set it up as an Android charger. Thing about Apple is with the iPhone 7, well, the older iPhones is they have this. I'll show you in a second. The only downside about the older buying like an iPhone 14 or whatever, they have that the lightning port they have is this thing right here. This lightning port just for buying the older iPhone. So if I buy an iPhone 14, I'm gonna have to invest in getting a lightning port. But honestly, I might just buy a newer iPhone because it'll last for it'll get more updates. So I thought of getting the regular iPhone 16 or a regular iPhone 15, just for the update purposes only. I thought I was getting a regular iPhone 15 or regular iPhone 16 because I'll put this out for a second so I can undo this. So for software update purposes. I mean, Apple. I mean, I'm kind of looking at. I'm also looking at this. This is gonna be a short charger, so I'm gonna have to like scoot over here a little bit. Hold on a second. I'll scoot over here a little bit. I have to. Hold on. I'm gonna have to. Hold on. I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to unplug my Android charger from the wall and probably plug this in. I'll plug the iPhone 7 in. I'm gonna tell you guys some things I'm gonna have to get used to while using the iPhone. Oh, the phone's dead. I did not know that. Did I know the phone was dead? But it's gonna be a good get like a thing of it so I know what to expect between this my Samsung I'm using currently, this, the iPhone. I wish it wasn't dead though. I mean, battery health. Android has better battery health than Apple in the well, for due to like the longevity wise. Android has always had better battery than Apple has. I mean, Apple's batteries nowadays they've improved since a couple of years ago when they were absolutely horrible. Their phone batteries have really improved a lot over the years. Their iPhone batteries really have. They really improved. Trying to see if I can get some juice into this phone so I can show you, so I can talk a little bit about the iPhone. Well, once I get like money and stuff, like more money and stuff, uh, I was gonna buy like iPhone like accessories for these phones, like a smartwatch, earbuds, maybe a laptop or desktop that has the ecosystem company in it. Uh, Probably get uh like headphones or something like that. Like that'd be cool to do that. Two of my family members currently use iPhones. My mom is using my old iPhone SE 2020 that I gave her. My brother just bought a new phone. He upgraded from the iPhone SE3 from 2022. He upgraded to the new iPhone 16e as a new phone that he's using now. My dad uses a Galaxy A13 4G that came out 3 years ago. He uses a budget phone that came out. And then I'm using a Galaxy A series phone, which I'm not gonna have for much longer. Which I hope to get rid of it and not have to use it ever again, hopefully. I mean, I'm not against using the Moto G series, but like they're budget phones though, so someone's telling me I most likely won't buy a Motorola phone. Someone's telling me if I stay with Android. Someone's telling me I'm probably gonna buy another Samsung, or buy my first Google Pixel. Now I could go to Apple. Probably gonna get probably gonna buy. Excuse me. Probably gonna buy the base model iPhone probably. Then I'll probably, if I get an Apple, do Apple, probably just stick with Apple probably, or I might like every so often I'll probably like switch back between Apple and Android every so often probably, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. Okay, the phone's powered. The phone, okay, Apple logo's on. Someone's telling me you're gonna switch back, but I mean, if I go to iPhone and I like it enough, I'll probably stay with Apple. Probably like it enough. Going to Apple again, I'll probably have to get used to it. Probably doing switching to Apple. Probably get used to it. Probably the ecosystem and stuff. All right, type the password in. Okay, that's why I turn the brightness up. All right. So this is what I like about the iPhone. Like, I'll turn the brightness a little bit so you can see it. So this is what I like about the iPhone. Like iMessage, like hold on, like iMessage, the keyboard, pretty cool. The keyboard. I mean, it's okay. The numbers are right here. It's iMessage. They liked about the photos. Then my favorite thing about iPhones is I'm a big fan of the settings thing because I like how you can like access the settings real easily. I like how you can like go about your phone. I like you can go about the phone and look at like different things. You know, like how you can look at the software on it. Like look at the gigabytes you have. I like how you can like look at all this stuff on here, like the battery health. This is not too good battery health because it's an older phone. I like how you can go into all this stuff on here. I'm a big fan of like the App Store on here. This camera's this camera this camera's pretty good. Get rid of that. Camera's pretty good on here. I mean, I don't mind this camera setup. It's okay. This phone only records at 4K 30 because this is an older phone. I don't record the front camera records that. But here's me. Slow mo, time lapse. Now the newer iPhones will have more features because they're newer. Newer iPhones have more features because they're newer. So there's that. I mean, I like the calendar app a little bit too. There's a Gmail app. Excuse me. I like that way we can do in the iPhone now. I mean, like I like you can go on like the support and stuff. People have said that Apple has good customer support. I've heard people say Apple has good customer. I mean, I like Safari too. I've always liked Safari. It's pretty good. Safari is pretty good. Uh, see, look, the iPhone 16 on here. $855, but I mean that's pretty good for an iPhone. Cause I was 18. The iPhone 16s have Apple Intelligence on, so I enjoy that. I have an iPhone accessory like block that I can use for the charging for Apple. But I still got time to decide like what operating system that I want. I still got time. For accessories, for Apple, I was looking at the Apple Watch Series 10. For headphones, looking at the AirPods 4. Then for tablets, looking at the iPad A16 chip tablet, the iPad Air 11th generation iPad. So also looking at on an iMac desktop M4 chip desktop for Apple. I was also looking at uh like the Apple Watch SE second generation for Android. The Samsung phones obviously and the Google Pixel phones obviously, but I was looking at the Galaxy Watch 7, the Pixel Watch 3, uh the Galaxy Buds 3, the Pixel Buds Pros 2, and I was looking at the Galaxy Tab S10 FE for the tablet. The only thing that I have to do if I move to the iOS, I have to download the move to iOS app on my phone. That's the only downside of moving going to Apple back to Apple, and I have to move back to iOS again on my phone. Now, if I stay with Android, I would have to I would just be able to just transfer everything without an issue on the Android phones. Because iPhones, I mean, they don't make it difficult to transfer stuff from an Android phone, but I don't know. If we're using an Apple phone, it's gonna feel so weird using an Apple phone because I've not used one forever. I'm definitely gonna get the iPhone 16 though if I have it when I have it, because the iPhone 16 is the newest iPhone that just came out. The iPhone 17 is supposed to come out this year, but I'm not gonna wait until September of this year to get an iPhone 17. I'm gonna get an iPhone 16 while I have money and while I can afford it. I'm gonna get the iPhone 16 while I can get it, or I'll get the Galaxy S25 while I can get it, or get the Google Pixel 9 series. Well, Pixel 10, the Google Pixel 10 is supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be coming out this year, but it's not supposed to be coming until like the end of the year almost. So I might also just get the Pixel 9 series though. So it's not gonna come out till end of the year. Yep, I'm so excited with all these new phones that I might be getting. So yeah. I don't plan on getting a Motorola phone probably because I mean not against them, but their software kind of sucks, and plus, if I want a Motorola phone, I want to be able to choose a flagship phone because I'd have to get a stupid ass Razer phone. I don't want a Razer phone. If I want a Motorola phone, I had to get a G series phone, even though I don't want a G series phone because they're cheap as hell. They're cheap. They're really cheap. I mean, I'm not against this one. I mean, it's okay. It works fine. I just don't really care for it anymore like I used to. I mean, it's stock Android, but I don't really care for it. And nothing against Motorola or anything, but I just don't care for budget phones anymore. I just don't care for them anymore. I hate them. They're slow and laggy and they suck. but I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure it out. I still got time. I still got time to decide whether I want Apple or Android. Sorry, I dropped you guys. I still got time to decide whether I want Apple or Android. I still got time. I got about another month until I get graduation money and decide if I want an iPhone or an Android phone. So I still got time still to decide. I'll try to make an unboxing video or try to preview try to make a preview video of it, or just talk about it, or make a short YouTube short about it on YouTube that this is the new phone that I got. But I might unbox it for a little bit. Hopefully I can do something with it. But these two phones I have on my bed, this iPhone 7, I don't know what I would do with it. I might just pitch it. No. Well, this phone I might just pitch it because it sucks and it's old. I might just sell it and pitch it, that phone. I might just sell and pitch that phone because it's shit. And plus, the charging port on this phone doesn't really work anymore because it's crap. The charging port on this phone doesn't work anymore because it's kind of crap. On this phone, it's kind of crap. Doesn't really work anymore. It's kind of done for. I mean, we still have the Motorola G Power 2021 still. That was my brother's, but we can't seem to get rid of it because he doesn't remember the password to them to get in the phone and stuff. See, my brother, he used to own an iPhone SE 2016, and at one point he owned an iPhone 5, and then he used to own the Galaxy S7, and then he bought a Motorola G7 Super / Power. Then he upgraded from that phone to a Motorola G Power 2021. Then after that, he bought an iPhone SE 2022. Then after that phone, he had for 3 years, he upgraded to the iPhone 16e, which he has now. So, some telling me he's probably staying with iPhone the rest of his life, probably. My mom is a big fan of iPhones. My dad hates iPhones. My dad is a big fan of Android phones. Me, I like both Apple and Android, but I can't have them both. I mean, if I had the money, I'd buy an iPhone, and I would buy like a flagship Android phone if I had the money. I've always wanted another Galaxy S series phone though that has 8K video on. I've always wanted that, so yeah. Well, this video has gone way on too long, so thank you guys for watching. I'm out.